y'all didn't check that. Y'all didn't check that.
Is that one out of a
where's my baby?
So who are we out to keep our good kids?
There's 2 yellow guns.
Fear y'all. You understand what I'm saying?
Understand? That's just me.
I'm saying, what part do you not agree with?
individual people where they're
So how am I to dictate the individuality? Like, how do you do that?
That's a
Officer Taylor Banks, I see you over there.
But I think in the moment, first of all, in the moment when
on the ground.
listen, in the moment when all of a sudden
Away with
run out,
murder of a young black
gentleman right here?
teen. God, you are 2 for 2 today.
but in the moment when all of a sudden happens, run out, you have to think about that. Like, how do you decide these things? Like, you can't just like make all this maybe.
What I feel like I hear her saying is, how do I as a black man look at each white guy and say, that's a good white guy?
Yeah, like, how am I supposed to know?
I don't know.
He's the safe officer, he don't want me.
There's no, like, there's no, like,
That's because NFAC is coming for a demonstration tomorrow, not today. So yeah, why would they be here right now?
If there's a gun to my bed, I'm not talking to nobody. If there's a gun pointing at me, there's no conversation. You know what I'm saying?
imagine if this
So
was
it's like,
Maybe not AK art, AK down your whole family.
we actually had a call.
No, I'm talking about Orange Man. Yeah, with the helmet. Yeah. Dude, he's creeping me the fuck out. Where's my detective? Can you read a sign, dog, somewhere else? He's smiling at me. That's a sign of a fucking murderer. God. You ever seen Getting Away with Murder? It's about this fucking LMPD officer right now, I'll tell you
What I
that.
was saying, and I'm not discrediting what you said.
Hey, officer, throw me a water.
I just
Fresh
choose
water.
not to handle that.
They're ours
I don't
anyway.
choose to judge and lay
How my white allies doing over there in the shade? Yeah! You look sexy over there!
Systems work, okay? The power doesn't.
you know what them little calls mean. Wait a fucking minute now. Hold on now.
You know they say the blood boils
bullshit.
from the
Wait a
top.
fucking minute.
A bunch of tension in
Y'all
the
do that
summer.
little
It's about to
whistle
be a
shit. Come on now. Don't be on
long,
that
hot
bullshit.
summer in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, that is
Damn.
pretty true. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah, what happened to Derby?
Imagine you were
That
protecting
canceled
yourself.
it? Darn. You're about to show up, pull up, do one of these.
I don't know. I done got
Too bad it's canceled.
I don't like your either.
Drink that water, you fucking murderer. Drink it. Oh yeah. Every last drop. Taste all of that injustice just flowing through your fucking veins.
No, but they not letting them sit down.
I should be out there tomorrow, yes.
Wait, how you not getting this out of You know, police don't give a fuck. They do whatever they want.
So they have
it.
extended their line out on this side.
What's gonna happen when more of us pull up?
Right, wall! Woo!
What's that? Yeah. Next
Looks like hope.
on the arm. He's got like a warrior now. Are you a warrior? Oh, you just appropriated another thing. Looks like some Chinese and shit. You look really white. God, white people are so fucking lame that they do everything to find us and then kill us.
They got people over there in handcuffs right now.
I'm really gonna stand up to be your priority.
Look. Look at them guns, big old guns they got.
Fuck Donald Trump.
bro right here. He's scoping his target. He's scoping his target.
They scared. They got something coming for their ass tomorrow.
Real talk. Y'all better tell y'all families y'all love them.
Never seen so many niggas with guns. Hey.
Never. Y'all get scared.
Flustered, cheeks red as fuck.
Then they got this big porch nigga up here, man. Shit's silly.
What's your name? He looks shot. Like shit crazy. Big back built on fuck.
Y'all gotta protect the fucking rich people and white people.
My mama said I gotta work for the police.
Right now, anybody that's gathering in this area, it's an
Mama said I can't be a gangbanger. Mama said I can't protest.
Everybody in this area is subject to arrest and arrest everybody.
Alright, thank you though.
You gotta catch me, buddy. I ain't gonna lie.
Real talk, you like to catch me.
They don't need to arrest everybody.
So,
They said including you all. They said everybody in the area.
a couple of the liaisons that have been talking with law enforcement, I was just relayed to them that everybody in the area will be arrested. That includes the legal witnesses, legal observers, that's the term. That includes all the legal observers, as well as, and the medics and everything else, as well as media. So that means me. So, yeah, I could be getting arrested. We'll see. I don't know, man. There's a trampoline. Is there something wrong with it? Nah, I think it was actually being used as a barricade because it's in pretty shoddy condition. It's missing a bunch of strings and stuff. So it was originally used as a barricade to block this little section right here. But then they moved it out into the road, and now it is being actually jumped on, which makes me a little uncomfortable because it does not look safe. But it's not my place to tell them. Stop being, you're being unsafe on that trampoline there. You better cut it out. I'll support LMPD as soon as they get rid of their corruption. As soon as they weed out the corruption, I'll support LMPD again. But as of right now, they're broke. They're broken. It's all broken. It's all bad. We need reform. We need change. It is up to people way smarter than me to determine what that change and reform looks like, but something needs to be done. They are making the unlawful assembly announcement one more time. Kind of seeming like they're about to do the mass arrest. For the record, it still looks like Galaxy Bar is open. That might be the only restaurant bar down along here that stayed open, but they're still open. Their doors open, so anybody's hungry, you can come down to Galaxy Bar. They stayed open to support, I assume, I hope.
And you will be arrested. been chemical-aided, and you will be arrested.
Like I said, I think the only one that is open is actually Galaxy. I'll make sure to keep as much distance as I need to try to stay safe. I'm keeping an eye on actual media too, watching their distances. Figure they know a little bit more than me, so.
Y'all going around saying shit, don't even know y'all know.
Nervous, y'all went shot killing Breonna fucking Taylor.
Where's Joseph Fox?
Y'all ran shit like it was
Benjamin D, where they at? Arrest your fucking self.
Blue lives don't exist, for the record. Being a police officer, being law enforcement is a job. It has nothing to do with your nationality. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. Unlike black lives, they can't change the fact that they are black. They just have to deal with the atrocities that are perpetuated against them on a regular basis. Blue lives is a myth. They don't exist. Unless you're talking about people with nickel poisoning. You can consume enough nickel to turn your skin blue. You know, we don't call firefighters red lives. We don't call EMTs white lives. We don't call military green lives. So why are law enforcement blue lives? They're moving the line around so that they can box in the second group to arrest.
That's all I saw.
What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Chill out! I got you! Look what the fuck they're doing, bro! Chill out! Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, did you catch that on film?
Yeah, I got it. All right. Masha!
You don't have to tackle her like that, though.
This is not what heroes do. This is not what good guys do.
Emily!
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Better ask my auntie what my name is. I'm probably 115. Get the solution out this motherfucker. That's my favorite. Get off my ass. I'm a realtor. I can't say what I want to say.
That woman right there was slowly and calmly trying to walk out of the group through the police line with her hands slightly raised. And one law enforcement officer made it a huge point to say, not let her through, don't let her through, don't let her go. Took her peacefully though. They have tackled these 2 people that I've seen. I got one of them on film. No one attacked the police. Susan, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody attacked the police, so not sure where that came from. Well, whether they deserve to be arrested or not, everyone that is here was made well aware beforehand that this was a potential arrestable action. So everyone is here on their own accord. Even still, no one was tricked. No one was lied to. This is unity. This is peaceful protest.
Beat your dumb ass, nigga. That nigga standing next to him, beat your dumb ass. You know what, right? Stupid ass. Okay, I'm just letting you know. This is slave.
And it's black men. I hope you're fucking proud. What you coming down in that shit for? But you already know that. Shut it down.
I don't understand why the concept of the white wall is humorous. Could you elaborate? Yeah, Nulu is definitely the target of this protest today. This is anti-gentrification, which also ties into the BLM movement. It's an anti-gentrification protest against Gil Holland, one of the largest gentrifiers in the Louisville area. He was primary funding and planning for the Nulu area.
Where's y'all badge numbers?
No, it's absolutely peaceful protest. This is 110% peaceful protest. Law enforcement are the only people that have enacted any violence.
No justice! No justice! No justice!
Somebody make sure y'all recording this. It's giving oppression. It's giving fire. It's giving assault.
Stay strong.
Joe, you're right. We're also tired of this. We're tired of this. We're tired of having to be out here to protest, to see some changes, to see some reform, to see some justice. You're right. We are all tired of this. We're tired that we have to do it. Yes, they are in fact our streets. We pay taxes. They're just as much our streets as they are yours.
You look pleased to be out here. Y'all look excited and happy. Like you feel like you're earning a paycheck.
If we don't know what just it is, it's only because we've never seen it, so that's why we are asking for it. Maybe just one time ever, for once, I don't know.
Right here, in front of me. Don't keep her safe. We're trying to stop players. We're trying to see if they arrested her brother. Is it a bright blue shirt? That's this way?
Yeah.
Is that him?
That's one of the people.
One of them?
That's right, they just have to arrest 3 law enforcement officers. Just arrest 3 people, and then none of this would have had to have happened. There's been something like 250 arrests in Louisville thus far. It's probably going to go up to 300, 350 after today. And it's all because they want to protect 3 law enforcement officers.
In the white shirt, she's being walked back by police officers. We've seen at least one person go into that prisoner transport unit that she just walked by, and now she's about to get into this white vehicle, this white van where someone else we saw go in there about 5 minutes ago or so. There were some cheers as she looks like is getting processed and whatnot. Now she takes a step into that van, but there's probably north of 10 people, I would say at least, that have been arrested so far here in the Nulu neighborhood. And this, of course, all started about an hour and a half ago or so when protesters came here, blocked off the street, and now riot police are here arresting people. Don't know what's going on that far end because we're sort of behind the police tape, but that's sort of the update that's happening here, and we'll continue to monitor the situation. Live in Nulu, Andrew Chernoff, WLKY News. Thank you.
That girl's mother's proud. Good thing there's.
Can we move up or no? I don't want to be where the crowd. I want to be like in the middle where it's just us. Because this block off my view. So they're not going to need you for any more live hits through like the 7th.
Okay.
Doing any live hits through this show. They want bump shots from me, but Josh said if we gotta get sound, to just do it, and he'll. So if you want to try to grab some interviews and stuff, I'm just gonna keep it coming up here so you can tell me otherwise. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna stay right here. I think in the show.
Yeah.
Do that a bit, Mike. Be good, buddy.
What's it? Yeah.
Sorry, get arrested.
Okay, get behind me. What's going on? I bet they're moving. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stand on this bench. Hey, do you want to try to do some gathering? Can you try to do some gathering and talk to people? Up to you. Huh? Maybe we just gotta try.
Yeah,
Just gotta try.
but yeah.
I would like those people breaking down the tents because they were here and they were part of like just setting things up. They're going to be the ones that say like, it was peaceful and that sort of thing. If we want to cross the street and try to catch them,
Sure.
yeah, because there's not many people over there and I like that.
Yeah, sure.
Aye,
I ain't running that shit.
I mean, honestly, I
It's
understand
above
you
my
don't
pay
have,
grade.
but I'm saying you're the person you wake up every morning and put it on, and you ain't locking. If you're not beating down somebody's door continuously or reminding your boss and telling these people, you're not
I can't do that. That's at the state level. It's at the state level. I can't do anything
That's
about
basically saying I'm a public citizen.
No, what I'm saying is that's at the state level. I got to do my job. I'm doing my job.
But do you check
But they got to do their job. And yes, if someone did something up to me, I would check. I got the balls.
for other black officers,
Talk to me.
I'm talking to you. This is because I run up. It's not good to my ass running somewhere. Stop right here.
I mean, talk to me one at a time. Long time, I'm gonna be good.
Wait a minute, brother. Wait, okay, I need to transition that way. Because Elliot and Leah and Jay are over there.
If you want to talk to me,
I'm sorry, we are, so I'm just mad that you have to down work about the same. So,
street protest, and from that point they just started locking up everyone that was in the street. They were almost to the point of pushing people what damn near looked like into the street, and once they got caught in the street they all were being arrested. I just witnessed just a random person that was protesting had his hands up. I guess he had somehow agitated the police officers, so at least about 13 of them chased him with, they're not regular billy bats. Those are actually, looks like broomsticks. It looks like the ends of broomsticks that have been cut in half. So he ran for sheer dear life. I watched him as they were pushing everybody back. I watched him push a pregnant woman. I think she said she was about 7 or 8 months pregnant. In that process, she almost fell. So it's just really emotional because I was confused as well. And I was police profiled through the 5th Division, so I thought it was pretty interesting that that was the crowd that's down here, the police officers. And so I was just really interested because I thought we had the right to protest, and I don't want to break any laws. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like them, they're just fighting for their rights. And it's really incredible because I actually got to talk to the gentleman that was involved in profiling me. So it was refreshing for me just to be down here and to run into that scenario to where I actually got a chance to tell the person that I felt like profiled me how that affected my life and my children, and how it still affects me to this day. And so when I come out here and I'm hearing I've been out here several days, mainly because of what I've been through. And so when I talk to so many different people, I'm hearing everybody has a story. Everybody that's out here has either been profiled or knows somebody who's been profiled or just felt like the justice system didn't work for them. And so I asked the police officers, because I do taxes, I've worked for the Census Bureau, I got a pretty good record, I've never been in trouble. And I don't want to get in trouble. But at the same time, I feel like if we don't fight for our rights, who will? So I asked the police officer, you know, are we not allowed to peacefully protest? I'm really confused because every time I've came down here to peacefully protest, I've been hit with rubber bullets or tear gassed. And then I'm watching them being arrested and I don't want to go to jail. But at the same time, I'm out here to support. And so he basically ignored my question. It just basically told us that, you know, just don't get in the street or you're going to get arrested, which I totally respect that, but I've watched him also arrest people that were on the sidewalk. So it's emotional and it's disheartening at the same exact time because, I mean, these are the people we're supposed to trust. And if we're peacefully protesting and they're doing that to us, you know what I mean? I'm just blown away. I really am. And it's really emotional. I've been trying not to really show my true colors here, just because I'm trying to stay strong for everybody as well as myself. I have my child out here. We just were not even planning to be in the area. But we just seen what was going on. I felt like I wanted to support. But once I started watching people being pushed down, being hit and arrested, you know, that's just not even the type of scenario I want to have myself in. And then I've watched so many older people out here for the last so long, and elderly people and people that are not even willing or wanting to fight back, and just to watch them be damn near battered by the police. And after what I've went through, it just hasn't made me feel any safer or make me feel like I can trust them anymore. So I do understand why they're out here, and it's really sad because if you feel that way, or if you're having any worries about the justice system and you want to come out here and voice your opinion, you might get beat up, you might get tear gassed. And I just feel like that's just disheartening because, like I expressed to the police officer, how do we do this in the right way? If this isn't the right way, what do we do to make this the right way so that we can have our voices heard? I thought that was a freedom of speech. I thought that was a part of our right to be able to peacefully protest. And when they can't give us any answers, it just makes it even more disheartening. You know, so it's discouraging to want to come down here and protest because you don't want to get beat up. You know, and then on top of that, you know, these same police officers. I just seen this young man over here. The police profile me. I see him all the time. You know, and I see these same police officers all the time. And so no one wants to. I'm truly believing in my heart of hearts. Nobody wants to come out here and truly have a real issue with a police officer that you got to continuously see when you need help. But at the same time, what do we do? So it's just got to be a happy medium for everybody. And so we can feel like we can trust again. That's just the biggest problem. I feel like with the coronavirus and everything else that's going on, we need security. And they're our only security at this point. And so if we can't trust them, it's just bringing mass confusion, mass emotions between everybody. And so I think that a lot of people that are angry, it's just that their voices aren't being heard. And so after you try to talk for so long, you try to have somebody, you know, understand where you're coming from, and when no one's understanding that turns into anger. And so I think everybody's anger is being just displaced, and the police are taking it wrong, and I hate that it's going this way, but yet again, everybody's anger is being displaced. The police feel like they're, you know, I guess being ran over, but at the same time, we feel the same way. So it's just got to be some kind of happy medium between all of us, the police and us, because we do pay their salary, you know, at the end of the day. So if they can't please us, who are they policing? So that's about all.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
Just
getting that out.
Yeah.
I'm on. I mean, it's a little rough.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Just getting that on our yesterday.
Okay, thank you so much.
You better stop bringing these cold waters.
I know.
If you're tired, get the fuck out of here. Stop arresting our people. You took our tables. You're sitting in our fucking chairs. Man, get the fuck out of here. You're getting rock hard thinking about killing somebody in that fucking police van. You gotta give them a rough ride? 6 blocks downtown? Oh God, this dude who loves his bag. Oh my God. Can someone please get this man's badge number? Jesus Christ.
Do you need any water?
While you're going to eat at this nice new restaurant, think about how Breonna Taylor's murderers have still not been arrested. Yet, these peaceful protesters are. Think about that. While you enjoy some fucking salsa and guacamole. Think that over. They just slammed her on the fucking ground for cutting this yellow fucking ribbon. Are you fucking serious? You're ripping out all this equipment on private property, slamming people 100 pounds? Yeah, you look real fucking hard, don't you? God! Get the fuck out of here! You're gonna slam someone on the ground? You're gonna slam someone on the ground for cutting your yellow road, bitch? This is why we're here!
I want to be
because we need to police you all!
Go.
We need to police you all, because y'all ain't policing nobody right! No justice? Fuck these racists! 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 They straight up fucked up this sound equipment and fucked up that girl's whole fucking face. Fuck you! We're cutting this fucking yellow tape! Fuck you! You'll kill Breonna Taylor over a goddamn collar! Fuck you! What is your sales goal right now? I got about $300 invoice I'm sending to you for breaking this shit on private property when we were fucking property. Fuck you! 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 This is why we're here. Because it's been over 50 days since Breonna Taylor's been murdered in her own home in her own city. And yet you all are here arresting us for what? Sheriff, what the fuck are you doing? Sheriff, you have about 4 officers right here who literally will not give you their badge after they pointed their gun at them. I think that's illegal. You know what else is illegal? Unjust murder. We got a lot of crimes we can solve right now with LMPD. You racist motherfuckers.
What was that? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to me. Hey, watch them. Ryan, you got him? Okay. This way's clear to my left if we got to go somewhere.
We're policing the police right now. I'm about to do a goddamn citizen's arrest on you all. I swear to God. I swear to God. Especially on this dude who's a rock hard, cop hard murderer who's been staring at me all day. You know, my dude, I see the picture of you to my mom and told her you might kill me. She'll come for you. She's a bitch. She will come for you. Man, I can't wait for you all to buy it. Like, she's a whole I can't wait till we use all our bail funds to get all of our teachers and nurses out. Because that's who you have in that bus, you dumb motherfucker. I hope your wife gets COVID and dies because there aren't enough nurses because they're in your fucking jail fighting for us.
You want to keep gathering?
Sure. Yo, Sheriff! Yo, Sheriff! Y'all ever see the light skin place? Then you might get a bitch. Or two. But then they'll find out you're a cop, and then they know all cops beat their wives, so... God. I swear to God.
Chairs and
Free what? Free what? Free what? Free what? Yo, we got TJ Coop in the studio. Support him.
You want to get a quick synopsis for all our Facebook Live people? What's going on here? You want to just say what you've seen so far?
Sure.
Hey,
Are we
Ryan.
still live?
Ryan, behind me if you don't mind. Okay, is that on still?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Alrighty, hi Facebook. We are out here on Market Street in between Clay and Shelby. Police have successfully moved all protesters off of the street. They've roped off the street with police tape. Now we just have protesters here on the sidewalk. They've made a ton of arrests today. I don't know if those protesters are still on scene or if they are in one of the transport units over there. We now have Sheriff's Office also on scene. Now it just seems to be kind of mellowing out, people here on the sidewalk chanting at police officers over the loudspeaker. Don't really know what's going to happen from here, but someone I was talking to said that they were arresting anyone who was in the street, and people on the sidewalks were generally okay, but we're going to continue to keep you guys updated as this develops and as we see what happens with the protesters here on the sidewalk. But for now, keep on watching.
Fuck y'all. I know I bet the y'all heard me say it. When you out there bad, you a bitch and a whole half of a whole other bitch. We need to do like Cali niggas.
Yeah, if you want to gather. How many waters do you have on you? Just one? I'm gonna ask these guys if I can have one of the water bottles. I'm getting really dizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you need a water? No? Okay. I don't know. Whose are these? I don't know. Okay, it's unopened, so thank you guys. Alright, we wanna...
What else are you looking to do?
Find some shade and just take 5. Maybe right where we were. Yeah. Hey, live stream, I'm gonna take 5. It feels like 100 degrees out here, and so we need to take a break while everyone's just kind of mellowing out. I'm gonna leave the camera facing this way.
Okay. It's going to be a long time. Yeah, keep me posted.
So yeah, it looks like they got the two groups they circled in, they got zip tied and out of the street. They at least now got them over there in the shade, so that's good.
Hey, LMPD, make sure y'all throw all of y'all water away so y'all will get dehydrated. Protesters, make sure y'all stay hydrated. Officers out here like, we got these niggas out here tired. Free my nigga Chad, free my nigga Chad, free my nigga Chad, hey, free my nigga Chad. What you say? What you say? I said, free my nigga Chad. Hey, he's a good dad, black man. What you say? Hey, free my nigga Chad. He's so great. He read about 7-11 books every day. What you mean? He gon' be out. We got a paint job. We gon' blow in the south. We gon' slide to the east. Where we at? Clarksville. Where is my beach? Where we at? Clarksville. We in the street. Where we at? Clarksville. We on my meat. Big sucker. Where we at?
I sincerely doubt that anyone will be upset about a towing bill because there are, again, community funds that are set up to assist with things like that. For some reason, I feel like Pretty Boy here keeps putting the camera on me. It's like anytime I see him, he's looking at me and he's got the camera on me, and then he notices and he looks away. So they got the live streamers out here to live stream the live streamers? Is that what they're trying to accomplish?
Bro, y'all, that's called evil, you evil ass bitch. Y'all some thieves, they're gonna take our water. Y'all are lame as fuck, bro. Ain't none of y'all with me, so what's up? Oh, yeah. But out that bad, you a bitch in that ass, nigga.
We have one shit for you, nigga. Quit your job. Fuck you.
Yo, we got DJ Coop from the Avenue. Yes, sir. Let DJ Coop do his thing. We're done yelling. For now.
Selling every rock. In New York, I've been the rock. Hiding in my sock. This is every rock. Running from the cop. Shooting at the ops.
He's jocking my style. Is that what he's doing? He's biting on me. He's biting hard. If you're trying to blame Kenneth Walker for her being dead, you're an idiot. I'll just go ahead and say that outright. At that moment, it was perceived that someone was breaking and entering into their home, so one round was discharged, struck an officer in the leg, I believe, and then Breonna Taylor was shot, I think, 8 times, and then left to bleed out in a hallway for 20 minutes. No EMS was called, no emergency response. They just let her lay there and bleed. How is that acceptable? Right, if we just defunded police and arrested the 3 officers involved in the shooting of Breonna Taylor, then none of this would have to happen. Oh, hey look, there it is. Still in supplies. Still in more supplies. Someone said earlier that the LMPD wasn't trying to steal shit, but there you go. Walking off still in one of our coolers. Oh, look at that. Still in the cooler and then handing out supplies to the law enforcement officers. So they're stealing it and then redistributing on the spot. Also known as communism. What does Trump have to do with social injustice? Why is that the go-to for a lot of you people? Just saying Trump 2020. Are you trying to like be blatantly open about your racism by that being the first thing out of your mouth, or yeah, spoils of war, because that's the way they're treating it. Like this is a fucking war with their own citizens, which is grotesque in its own right, in and of itself.
If y'all start speaking up, if y'all not already doing so, if y'all not already, speaking up, make sure y'all speaking up, because at the end of the day, a dollar's not worth your dignity. Believe that.
Michael, this is in fact about Black lives. This is about gentrification. This action in particular is about gentrification, which absolutely affects the African American community. Patricia, that's part of the problem, that we don't have the answer to these questions. And they can't give us the answers to these questions. But we do know for a fact that they discharged their weapons, they struck a woman, and then they left her in the hallway for 20 minutes without calling EMS. That should be first. Should be first. As soon as the situation has calmed, someone should have been on a walkie saying, shots fired, 2 wounded, EMS immediately. That's protocol. Why was that not followed? Further, why were none of their body cams on? BLM is not Marxist. The original organizer of the official BLM organization, which is different than the BLM movement. So again, the original organizer of the official BLM organization has Marxist ties, has Marxist background, even had a terroristic threatening charge at one point, I believe. But BLM itself is not Marxist. It is actually a for-profit capitalist company. But we are here for the BLM movement, not the BLM organization. What's up, man? Sorry, where are these projectiles? What projectiles are you talking about? Bottles of water? We absolutely have to pay for LMPD's destruction. That is true. We pay for it out of our taxes. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, I guess you're right. EMS probably should have been on site for execution of the search warrant. I don't know that for a fact, but that absolutely sounds like a legal precedent to me. Are you talking about the cops stealing the bottles of water and calling it evidence? If that's the case, then why are they drinking the evidence? I feel like it's illegal to tamper with evidence, so if they're drinking it and it's considered evidence.
Do you have a Band-Aid? Take no, everything.
If you're going to talk about the black on black crime, we got to talk about the white on white crime too. We got to put the statistics side by side. You can't have one without the other. So we should probably have white people stop killing white people too. That's not exactly how socialism works. Socialism isn't about stealing from people. Ideally, if we were in a socialistic environment, they wouldn't have had to have stolen. We wouldn't be in this situation. We would be offering law enforcement water, and law enforcement would be offering us water. Ideally, if we're really going to talk about socialism, but yeah, them stealing supplies that legally belong to other people and then redistributing immediately amongst themselves. It's a hint of socialism with the redistribution, but not by stealing. Mike, I don't need to check the statistics. I'm familiar with statistics. That's why I'm saying that you should. But you got to put the statistics next to each other. Oh, wait. Now it's 80% and 13%. I always heard it was 55% and 6%. Now is it 80 and 13? Man. You guys need to cite your sources, because that's not a real statistic. It's not real. But if you can find a source that says 80% cause, 13% cause 80% of crime, if you can find that statistic for me, give me a cite the source, give me a link, I'd be happy to read that article, but it's not true, so you're not going to be able to. So interesting thing about all the quote-unquote riots happening in democratic states, democratic cities, something like 36 of the top cities in the United States are all democratically ran. They're 36 of the largest as well. So it's really more so that big cities have big city problems than they have democratic problems. Typically, whenever you have more of a population, you're going to have more free thinking. You're going to have more dialogue. You're going to have more of an open mind. Therefore, Democrats tend to get elected. It has to do with the size of the city. The crime rate has to do with the size of the city, not with who's running it. That's what the statistics actually point towards if you look at them. There's been one night of looting in Louisville. That was over 50 days ago. Almost 2 months ago, there was one night of looting. So I don't know why you would even feel you need to ask when does the looting start, because there hasn't been in a very, 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 very long time. No, Tori, you must be lying, because none of us have jobs, according to them. You can't own a business and work 60 hours a week and protest. That's impossible. Can we just get one of y'all jumping on the train? Just one of y'all? Just like a backflip or something? Come on. No? Alright. The cops don't want to jump on the trampoline.
Wait, they're taking people's cars? Yeah, off the street. So I told this man not that. Yeah, they're about to.
I guess they're... It looks like the U-Hauls were actually specifically parked. This one definitely was parked to block a roadway, or a parking lot, maybe not a roadway. So that U-Haul is definitely parked illegally. I can see that being the reason. Looks like this one also might have been blocking the entranceway to the AC Hotel here. So if I had to guess why they were towing the U-Hauls, it's because the U-Hauls would seem like they might have been specifically blocking some stuff. My question is, what happens if there's a car that's parked here that just happened to be parked here before we closed off this block? Are they gonna tow those cars too, and then someone's gonna get stuck with a tow fine that wasn't even involved? That's my question.
All the meters are marked as no parking. So everybody's illegally parked here.
So they probably did that before they came in.
Probably.
Alright, if I can get it to show up, you can actually see that all of the meters are now marked with no parking. There it is. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Someone just pointed that out. So it is very well possible that they could have had all the meters changed over to no parking before they rolled down here. Or, you know, I don't see there being no parking on this main road during a work day. Yeah, apparently all the meters say no parking, so that's what they did. Yeah. So anybody parked on the street here is gonna be towed.
I'm on the other side. They made this
Yep.
park. So anybody that was here would get an order. This is my friend's car. That's crazy. Like, look at the taxi. It's 6. No parking sign there. They tell when we got here.
That's 6. They don't need it at the home. They're towing that one because they said that it was up to something earlier. All the parking meters except the main parking.
No, I'm pretty sure he just said they're towing all these cars. That's what I just heard.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. They just told me they weren't.
Okay. Well, then they're telling us two different stories. Go figure.
I mean,
welcome to LMPD.
Are you towing these cars or not? These cars, towing this?
Well, 2 stories in about 2 minutes on the same topic, both from LMPD, because they don't communicate with each other effectively. Julia, I cannot fucking talk without cussing. It's fucking possible. I'm sorry. Just a reminder, we're not here to talk about politics. I don't care who you're voting for. I'm pretty sure most other people don't either. Bipartisan system is shit. Fuck Democrats, fuck Republicans. It's all broken. We need reform. So if just out of the gate you're saying Trump or Biden, I'm going to tell you, no, you're not welcome here. Because we're not talking politics. We're talking civil rights. We're talking human rights. We're talking people being oppressed for over 200 years. Not politics. For the record, both Trump and Biden suck. We don't have a good candidate for president whatsoever. So good luck guessing on who I'm trying to vote for. Whatever. I do not own rights to any of the music on this video. I want to keep repeating that.
And we got it on tonight.
So everyone is welcome to be here in the live feed, watching and commenting. I want to recommend that we have intellectual debate. We have an actual conversation. We're not going to attack each other. We're not going to hate on each other. We're not going to yell at each other. If you want to discuss the topic at hand, feel free, but you're going to do it in a peaceful way, because without conversation, nothing can really change. So if you got hatred on either side of this topic, you're not welcome here. You can go on somewhere. Only reason the drug culture exists is because law enforcement and federal agencies have created that drug culture. For the record. Now, Debbie, I'll pass. Why would I want to go to China when I'm already here in the United States where we can just change the things we don't like? That makes no sense. Like, well, oh, you're in this great country. Why would you should go to this other country if you don't like it? Like, no, the reason the country is great is because we have the right to voice our opinions and to change things how we see fit. So we're not going to North Korea, we're not going to China, we're not going to Venezuela. We're staying right here in Louisville, Kentucky, in the United States to fight for the change that we want to see. Democratic policies and democratic cities do not create problems. That's false. Again, it's something like the top 36 largest cities in the United States. So like 36 of the top 50 largest cities in the United States have democratically elected officials. They're also the largest cities in the United States. Big cities have big city problems. It has nothing to do with Democrats, has nothing to do with Republicans. Yes. It is partially the government's fault that we have such large drug addiction problems in the United States. 110% yes, it is partially the United States, the government's fault for that. In fact, everything that happens in the United States is at least partially the government's fault, right? Because they're supposed to be controlling everything. Alright, I'm gonna post up in this shade, hang out for a minute. I'll keep commentating, answering questions to the best of my ability.
So the crazy part of how this is paying and keeping your job is because the government has said this is what you have to do, but gives no solution of how to do it.
This is what you have to do. Like, you have to restrict the capacity of the restaurants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most people aren't going to make money because it's really slow.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh, I love slowing down on marches.
Water break, guys. Taking a water break. And then I'll fill you in on the plan for when we get up there, because we're getting close.
Deeper. We are currently in the largest recorded civil unrest in world history. Around the world, over 60 countries are currently protesting in support of the protests here in Minneapolis, in Seattle, in Portland, in Louisville. You know, there's people in Prague, in London, in Ireland that are screaming Teresa, all lives can't matter till Black Lives Matter. Black lives have to be included in that all, and since they aren't yet, it's impossible for all lives to matter. It has nothing to do with Democrats, just has to do with large cities. Large cities, big cities have big city problems. Has nothing to do with Democratic leaders. You can keep trying, Ann, but that's just not the case. Also, why would we go protest in cities that we're not already located in? There you go. We got law enforcement using protester supplies again. Well, Grace, I've absolutely been spanked. I've absolutely won and lost many games, never got a participation trophy. I have failed too many grades, and yet here I am, marching. I guess I'm technically a millennial, though. I'm pretty sure that the free water to anyone does not include LMPD. Pretty sure it's everyone other than LMPD. But LMPD, you know, they're gonna take it themselves because that's what they're used to. They're just gonna take it, keep it all themselves. Oh, look, they even set up a table over there for themselves. That's not their tables. It's not their tables. They are utilizing them freely, though. All lives can't matter till Black Lives Matter. That's impossible. I'll say it again. It's like if you got the number 5 and you take 1 out of 5, it's not the number 5 anymore, it's 4. You know, it's something completely different.
Into trouble with the law. We all make mistakes. Romans 3:23 says, "For we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God." Not one of us is perfect, thank God. Not one of us is perfect. But I got a message for WCCO today, and I hope that they're listening. Now, my son got into some trouble several years ago, and there was an accident that happened, and I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it was a mistake.
I went shopping for an
But
So we may get a little more battery life out of this, but we will probably not have enough battery life to last through the rest of this this evening. Oops, sorry about that.
The on-ramp to 490, and we kind of had a standoff with them. And so we said, you know what, we're going to take over the intersection down there at Howard. And so that's kind of just the way things have just unfolded organically here. Again, we had no intention of protesting or demonstrating tonight at all. And then once we were antagonized by the police, which is something that happens a lot in black and brown neighborhoods, right? Police are always antagonizing us, and so we just held our ground and exercised our civil rights, and here we are.
What did the officer do that, antagonist?
Well, he pulled up right beside us as we were walking, very abruptly, and then got on his bullhorn. We weren't even on the intercom, and started threatening to arrest people. It was quite ridiculous, and obviously it set people off. Because we are here. Yes, it was an RPD officer, yes.
So now it looks like you guys are just kind of circling around a little bit here. What do you think is going to happen now? Like, how long do you think you'll continue?
Well, we want to test them. We tested them on the on-ramp at Howell and Monroe. We're testing them right here on, Clinton Avenue, South St. Paul.
Entrance to
490 right here. And so we're just testing to see what their response is going to be. They've already threatened to arrest us a couple of times for being too close to 490 here. But we're just going to continue to see where their weak spots are.
So was it the state police that threatened you? This is what I heard. I didn't hear it. I'm overhearing it now. That state police threatened to arrest you if you entered the interstate?
Well, just right now. They've threatened to arrest us if we go any farther than this line right here. And the guy second in line kind of antagonized the crowd as we walked up, which is what they do. But I've been trying to remind people to be as peaceful as possible. We don't want a repeat of Selma on our hands. I mean, it just doesn't need to go there.
Mikey, when you came back from where you were originally walking and you had to cross that little intersection where people curl onto whatever road that is, and you blocked the traffic for 15, 30, 40, a minute with Black Lives Matter, do you think that at that point somebody may have been on their phone calling 911 saying, hey, people are blocking traffic, not knowing what your intentions were? So they called that in because they weren't sure what may happen.
Well, that may be so. All I can say is that I know I saw what happened, and what I saw was the police, two or three cars pull up rather abruptly, scaring protesters. And the first thing the officer says to protesters is, "You're going to be arrested
if you step on 490."
Whatever the message was, I'm sure that the protesters were aware of what the message was, but I think that the message was threatening in and of itself. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know where we are. We're trying to demonstrate peacefully. All we want to do is get on 490 for 8 minutes and 46 seconds to honor George Floyd, just like we did last week. What's the difference between today and Sunday?
That's a rhetorical question. It's our job not to get involved in that.
What some of the leaders have said, the mayor, Adam Bello, has said they're worried about your safety and the safety of people driving by. That's what they
Well, if they want to shut down the roads again, I mean, why don't they do that? Why don't they stop speaking out of two sides of their mouth? Because on one hand, it seems as if they're for this type of civil disobedience, and on the other hand, they're being very intimidating and trying to discourage us from disrupting the commercial traffic, so to speak.
But how many times, Mikey, is
How many
to do
times?
this?
Let me ask you this: how many times are we going to wake up to a black man being murdered by the police, an unarmed black man at that? How many times are black people going to go to jail facing harsher sentences than their white counterparts? How many times are black children going to be born in America expecting to have the same footing that their white counterparts have in the suburbs? I mean, how many times do we have to go through that? And that's how I would answer you.
Okay.
As many times as it takes.
That's a valid point. When the race commission gets named this week, how is
named? We hope that they will be in contact with all of the people who have been doing the legwork out here for the last 11 weekends. It's been 11 weekends we've been out here demonstrating, longer than any other year. And this is a time for a pivotal, this is a pivotal moment and a time to change the trajectory in which America is heading. That's why we're here.
What would you bring to a table? Say you were part of the race commission. I don't know if you applied or whatever.
I did not apply.
Okay.
I did not apply.
Okay.
I thought everything was done rather hastily, and I'm not interested in being controlled by the larger systemic problem here. If we really want to affect change, have some of the people on that race committee, that race council. Interesting acronym, by the way. Have somebody on that race council meet with leaders in the community, as I said, who have already been doing the legwork, who know the constituents and are very involved. What's going to happen is if you get a bunch of people in there who are not connected with the community, it's going to end up being a failure.
What would you bring for this community in Rochester? How would you help move the conversation from chanting to solutions?
Okay, it needs to move from, we need to concentrate on some of the same issues that I've been focusing on, and there's a couple other issues too. But the primary issues are fair housing, okay? And the second issue is black businesses, okay? Fully funding public schools, okay? And there's a host of other issues. If you go to saverochester.org, if you follow us on our page, we are constantly having dialogue about these issues that are central to the Black Lives Matter movement. And it's as if people don't want to get it. All we're asking is for fully funded schools. We're asking for fair housing. We are asking for an end. We are asking for an end to police brutality. All of these things are fundamental human rights, we believe. Okay? And if you're sitting there in your comfortable enclaves in the suburbs and you're not connected to the city, I can see why you don't understand Black Lives Matter. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't educate yourself. Any other questions? I was just saying, as long as it takes. As long as it takes. We have been fighting. Why don't you ask Martin Luther King? If Martin Luther King was alive, how many people would ask him that question? He's going to say he's going to go until the problem is solved. And we have a long way to go.
Can we expect pop-up type organic, in your word?
Absolutely,
in your word?
Especially since we've been discovering moles. We're going to be doing a lot more pop-up protests.
All right, thanks, Mikey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mikey.
All right, so that was Mikey, who's the organizer of Save Rochester. Okay, so the group is leaving from South Avenue and Woodbury and heading out.
Uncle Rog, thank you. Nope. There's no Black Panthers that are going to be showing up. I believe you're referring to INFAC, the Not Fucking Around Coalition. They were showing up today, but they're not doing any demonstrations today. That demonstration is tomorrow at noon. Protect and serve this dick. Protesters have shut down Market Street between Shelby and Clay. It's been a standoff for about 3 or 4 hours at this point. I'd say that there's been between 50 and 60 that were arrested. Everyone else is maintaining on sidewalks and or private property to try to make sure they cannot be arrested. We've still got, just from what I can see, at least 30 officers in riot gear. That's, no shit, 50, at least 50 in riot gear just in my immediate view. Well, you know, unfortunately some people feel that cussing and yelling cops is the way to go. You are entitled to your opinion and so are they. No, Kay, that is not at all what I mean. I'm saying, and personally, I don't feel that I've bashed anyone. I feel like I'm discussing with logic. I am telling people when they are incorrect. But I am allowing people to have a platform to say what they need to say as long as they have something to say.
No, you can't go this way. That is blocked off that way, though. I'm pretty sure it's all fenced in.
How do we get out?
You can go
Another parking lot.
Yeah. You can pray for the blue all you want, but Denise, would you like to look up the definition, dictionary definition of racism, posted in the comments, please? I can't do that. I'm currently live streaming on the phone. That I would be able to look that up. Well, INFAC isn't trying to dance with anybody. They are just practicing their Second Amendment right. And unfortunately, since it's a group of black people, there's a lot of individuals that are upset about them practicing their Second Amendment right. That were not upset whenever it's a group of white people marching down the street practicing their Second Amendment right. So what's that about? Why is it okay for a group of white people to practice their Second Amendment right, but not a group of black people? Why does that make you so uncomfortable is the question. I'm going to be there tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. Jeff, you are incorrect. You are absolutely incorrect. I would say that, in fact, borderline. Concrete is fake media? I don't understand that statement, Paul. Nah, I think InFact has a big idea of what they're about to step into, and I think they're totally fine with it. Wendy, that is inaccurate. In fact, we have to protest them because we already know that what they're capable of. We're already aware, which is what makes us able to protest. That's the scary part, is what they already do every day. So we're past that fear and into anger, into concern, which is why we stand. Joanne, I've explained this twice already. My namesake Rightheart is actually because I'm a music promoter by trade. The Rightheart page is a music promotion page. It's the name. Oh, it's great. Yeah, Rightheart was my music production name, and then it's because my name is Jared Wright. Jared Riot was my nickname in the punk scene when I was younger. My friends gave it to me. It wasn't even my choice. Jared Riot is a joke name. And then the Heart from Rightheart comes from a friend of mine who passed away. He owned the largest independent record label in the United States, in Kentucky, by the name of Little Heart Records. When he passed away, I changed my production name to Riot Heart, throwback to my old nickname and in memory of him. So yeah, unfortunately my namesake doesn't tie into it whatsoever. Good try though. Keep trying. Keep trying. Nettie, I disagree. I think we're already being taken seriously. You just don't take us seriously. Daniel, I've said it several times. When InFact shows up, I think nothing's going to happen. Nothing at all. I think we're going to have peaceful protests like we have maintained for 57 days here in Louisville, Kentucky now. I don't know, man. There's just so much chaos and violence going on right here, man. There's just so much. Oh, buddy. Louisville's burning down to the ground. Ah. Yeah, dude. InFact has police escort. I assume that 3%ers that'll be showing up will probably have police escort as well. I see it being similar to whenever the Patriots or the American Freedom Fighters were planning on coming and then they didn't. They just went and hid in the woods off of River Road and then claimed a victory because some protesters went and met them there. So yeah, they went and hid and cowered and then were like, oh, they came and found us, we won. They were supposed to show up like 300 deep, they showed up like 25 deep. The difference here is that InFact is not going to do that. InFact is going to show up, they're going to show up in full force. And I don't really see a lot of the 3%ers showing up. So I see it similar to that day a few Saturdays back whenever there was guardrails set up on either side of the street was blocked off. Our side was full of protesters, the other side was empty. So, yeah. 3%ers are not with BLM. That's not true at all. In fact, a lot of 3%ers have racially charged motives. I have the biggest ego in the world. Thank you.
Somebody's got, first off, it's hard to put you in the perspective of what we go to on a run. We go onto a run not knowing what's going to happen. Somebody's gotten in domestic violence, somebody hit their mom, he's running, he's armed. Okay, so we go there all hyped up, we're chasing the guy through ditches and houses and everything, and then he has his hands in his pants. Regardless of color, I don't care if the dude was Barney and purple. The dude reaches out of his pants and goes like this. Doesn't have a gun and we shoot and kill him. Is that justified?
You guys wear these.
Yes. I know, but okay, but why? I don't sign up to get shot at and just hope it hits me in the vest. I'm still a person too. We have to still protect ourselves. We still have to protect ourselves.
I hope you guys know that police derive from slave catchers, and you guys train.
It's not that now. It's not that now. It's not that now. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for the dialogue. Y'all be safe. Thank you for having a
talking.
guys.
Thank you for talking.
No. Okay. It was wonderful talking to you all. I know we kind of got that stood up and everything. You too.
Be safe. Shit. I killed somebody.
How about yourself?
Be safe.
Folks that came up here and had to go right back through the trauma.
Yeah.
You can say thank you.
Thank you.
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 Thank you so much for telling your story. Thank you.
You know, Chris,
Taking y'all forever.
he's a terrible candidate. Maybe even worse than Trump. yeah, probably not worse than Trump, but they're both awful, awful candidates. I'll say it again, the bipartisan system is broke.
Y'all shot her 8 times.
Bipartisan system is broken. Democrats and Republicans are the same party at this point. In fact, they flip-flopped so many times in the history of this nation that they are, in fact, the same. So, like, yeah, it's stupid that we have to choose from the lesser of two evils every time whenever they're both evil as fuck.
Have this rally up until the election, right?
Yep.
Every Friday
Every
night.
Friday. 4 more years.
8 more years. We're going with 8 more years. 8 more years.
Yeah, 8 more years. Hey, wait, they tried to impeach him. Don't we get 4 more?
Well,
we get 4
true.
more. But if they're going to try to impeach him again, then we're going to double it up.
I think once he wins this, it's all bets off. Once he knows there's not another election, see that? Once the president doesn't have to do another election, he's going to do what he wants those 4 years. You watch.
He's getting all those apples in the basket right now.
Wait, what?
You got 708 people watching this off of my page.
Let's give them something.
Yeah, sing it. Go ahead. Sing it. All right.
Hey, where's our music? We need American music.
There he is.
Where's our American music?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. I'm Deplorable Deb. And you, my UPS man told me about you.
Oh, the UPS man.
Yeah, right now, 728 people are watching this. He told me about you.
Oh, yeah. Trump 2020, baby. This is what a rally looks like.
Remember, you don't vote red, you're dead. You don't vote red, you're dead.
Kiss all your privileges away.
Years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. Look at this. Look at Lady Liberty. Yup, look at this. Nice. We're up to 800. Let's go. Vote red or you're dead. $800 people watching now. 800. Yeah, I saw him. I'm just waving here.
He stops. He'll stop the
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I have a big page. I'm Deplorable Deb, reporting from my basket. I live in Hernando.
Okay, well, I'm a snowbird, but I'm down.
Yeah, and, you know...
But I would like to do that for my friends up north.
Well...
When you're on Facebook, do you have to get your own page?
No, they could follow my page. If you can remember, Deplorable Deb...
Well, you know what? I'm just going to...
Deplorable Deb.
I have one, thank you. All right. I just looked this lady up.
Yeah, Terry's on my page, too.
Okay, Deplorable Deb.
See if it'll come up. There's a lot of other Deplorable Debs, but that's okay.
Well, there's one.
Yeah, but that's not
That's
gonna
not
be.
you?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Deplorable Deb. That's
All right.
me. There I am.
Okay, so I need to follow you.
You got it. Now this is gonna be. It's on right now. See it? You'll see it if you go to the page. Look at that. Look at that. See that?
All right, I'll watch you, but I'd like to be able to put this...
Well, I have some pages in New York. Like I post to New York. New York is for Trump. What part of New York you from?
I'm from Indiana, right
Oh,
outside
okay.
Chicago. Right, but we
Oh, with the nut job, Lighthouse, Lightfoot.
Yeah, Lightfoot. But I'm living in
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetlejuice. There you go.
Okay, almost 900 people watching live on Facebook.
All right. Woo!
Hold on. There you go.
Your state and start